Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Ian. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. Not really, I guess I have to be careful of that. I always end up starting like that, but it is the way I start my episodes, not the way I start Coffee with Ian, because it makes no sense, because like, we just talked last time. We didn't actually do anything, so anyways, I'm gonna grab a quick sip of coffee here. Anyhow. So lately I've been doing a couple streams, which has been a lot of fun actually. I did a stream the other day with Train Simulator, which was actually a lot of fun. And then yesterday I did a stream with Farm Sim, and then did a stream with Farm Sim and then ETS2 MP multiplayer, which was a lot of fun actually. It's always a good time messing around in Euro Truck Simulator, especially on the multiplayer server. That's always fun. So I really enjoyed that. Had a couple people stop by and say hello. We had Will, who came in and did a little bit of driving with us, which was really neat, and always a blast to have some people come in and check out and drive together, I guess. So one thing I keep doing, I don't know why, I keep driving in Euro Truck multiplayer at night, just because of the way it works out. I have no idea the reason why it works out like that, but it always ends up working like that, so I don't know. Very odd indeed. So what's new going on? So we finally started on Tungstorf. I do apologize for that first episode. The audio was a little bit off, but I was trying something out, and that was partially the reason why. I should have paid more attention to the video after the fact. I did listen to it, but I thought it was like, it's a bit loud, you know, but not terrible. But yeah, it wasn't amazing, and I apologize for that. It happens sometimes. You get overzealous and try some things out and it just doesn't work, so it's the unfortunate side of things, I suppose. So c'est la vie. That was a lot of fun, and we did a live stream on that map as well. We did a couple things, which was kind of cool. We did a little bit of collecting of a straw, forage harvesting, which was always fun. So we'll hopefully get to a point where we'll be able to move on and get some more stuff. Someone asked me why I decided to not do soil mod on that particular map, and that was just because on the other maps I'm playing on, they already has soil mod installed, so I figured it would be better if I didn't do soil mod all the time. So as much as I enjoy soil mod, but not everybody does, so I try and mix and match a little bit, so that's the reason for that. Anything else new and exciting? I did actually try Euro Truck the other day, and I messed around with, because I have my Farm Sim side panel hooked up right here, and I was using the side panel for Euro Truck a little bit. That has a little scroll wheel on it, and I was using that for the retarder in the truck, which actually worked fairly well, to be honest with you. So that was really neat. That actually worked out that way. And the funny thing is, I actually took some of the keys that I normally use for Farm Sim and just put it on Euro Truck as well. So I used, like, the start key was the same, like the parking brake was the same, thanks to drive control mod, of course. And then I made the horn buttons a couple of the buttons on the side panel as well, and some of the different views. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of cool how you can do that. I honestly didn't think you'd be able to have, like, your steering wheel and a side panel, but Euro Truck is pretty, like, if any game's going to be able to allow that, it's going to be Euro Truck. They're really solid for that kind of stuff. So that's really nice about Euro Truck, or the guys over at SES. So really neat stuff over there. Yeah, that was probably the most interesting thing I did the other day. I was like, whoa, that was really cool. Like, you can do that? That's awesome. I don't know why I doubted it, but it's definitely not difficult to do. It's just a question of, like, thinking about it and be like, oh yeah, I guess I could do that, and then trying it, sort of thing. So it's always fun. Anything else going on in the Farm Sim? Not really. I haven't heard too much about Farm Sim. Nothing really crazy going on. I haven't been playing a little bit of Project Cars lately. It's funny. I buy the Grid Auto Sports Humble Bundle, and end up playing Project Cars. Go figure. It's weird because, like, when I played both of them, they're quite different actually. With Project Cars, the cars feel like you can drive them a little bit harder, it seems like, rather than Grid. Like, if you put your foot down in a little bit, the tail end will whip out. That's what I found, at least. But maybe it's because I'm using them not as powerful cars. I don't know. But I was having a little bit of fun racing this morning, so I would do it the last couple of days. I just it was because I played Euro Truck a little bit. Then I was watching some racing videos, some iRacing on YouTube Gaming. Actually, that was really strange. I was just looking. I happened to hop onto YouTube Gaming. I was looking at some of the things that were available, or some of the things that were streaming, and there was like, it looked like a replay of an iRacing championship. I'm like, that is kind of neat. I don't think I would do iRacing because A, it costs you money every month, and B, I'm terrible at racing. So I know Bipolar Prophet BP, he plays a little bit of iRacing there, and a little bit of Gem and 000 plays iRacing sometimes too. I haven't heard much from him lately, not since he made his video about Euro Truck and that purchased truck that he got for $25. So outside that, I think that was it basically. So, but it was really neat because they were like commenting. It was like esports essentially. It was the same thing as like watching people do StarCraft or like League of Legends or Defense of the Ancients, or what is the other big one now? Overwatch? No, that's not the right one. What is it called? It's the one by Blizzard. I can't remember what its name is anymore. It's not Overwatch. Overwatch is their first-person shooter type game. I can't believe I can't remember that. Anyways, whatever. And then of course you have World of Warcraft. They have their tournaments still. I don't think it's as big, but interestingly enough, Hearthstone, Blizzard I should say, actually increased the potential prize money, or they quadrupled the money. So instead of going from like $250,000, they went up to $1 million they're putting in towards tournaments in Hearthstone, which I think is amazing. You know, kind of opens up the possibility of having a bit more people spreading the money out a little bit more, which is kind of cool. Interestingly enough, actually, I was reading an article the other day about professional gamers and how quickly they retire. It was kind of interesting because they were talking about, like, there's this guy, this StarCraft player who was like 14. It was like, you know, and like, you know, one of the top players. And then by the time he was like, you know, I think it was like 17 or 18 or something. No, was it that? No, I think it was like 19. Like, it was a few, like, he played for a few years, and then he realized he was never going to be like, you know, a top level professional, so he just dropped out. And like the burnout rate's pretty high for professional esports not athletes, but professional esports people. So it's kind of interesting to see how quickly they, you know, stop playing. Like, because basically what happens is once you hit like 14, and then as you get older after 14, your reaction time slowly goes down. So for games like StarCraft or CS:GO, for example, those types of games, you see your reaction time slowly decrease over time, and then it becomes just bad news bears, and you can't compete with kids who are younger than you, basically. So it's kind of unfortunate. However, for games like Hearthstone, for example, where it's a card game and it's not so much reaction based as it is like thinking and strategy type related, so that's kind of doesn't make a difference. But you know, for most of the normal type games, it's a bit more difficult. Anything else that is really interesting that has gone on? It's been kind of warm here, actually. It's been like 7 degrees Celsius, which is like, I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. I'm bad at the Fahrenheit. It was 7 degrees yesterday, which is pretty warm for December. Usually we have like snow, like a foot of snow on the ground. Not a foot, but it feels like a foot sometimes on this on the ground. But not this time around. It's been kind of warm, so it's been kind of interesting. So I did make reference to something that I'm thinking about doing for Christmas for you guys, but I'm not sure yet. So I'll just leave it at that because I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to do it or not. If I do, it'll be, I think you guys will enjoy it for a bit. We'll see. Anyways, anything else? Nope, I think it's it. One more sip of coffee. Coffee. Alright, folks, that'll be it for me for today. This has been another episode with Coffee, or another episode of Coffee with Iain. Before I go, actually, there was one thing people were, someone was suggesting in the live stream the other day that I do, what was it called? Ian's Beard with Iain or something like that. Because we had a big long conversation about beard grooming in the stream the other day. Odd, I know, but someone asked a question. I went off on a side tangent. So, anyways, it was kind of funny. All right, that'll be it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Coffee with Iain. And if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys later.